Joining us from University of South Dakota, head women's basketball coach Dawn Plitzewhite, student athletes Chloe Lamb and Liv Korngable. Similar format. We'll have an opening statement from coach. We'll take questions from the student athletes. Of course, there will be questions from potentially main media, and we are on Zoom, so you might have Zoom questions as well. Before you ask your question, please state your name and affiliation. Raise your hand and we'll get the microphone to you. Go ahead, coach.
Well, I thought it was a very challenging game, an opportunity for us to have to really tough it out. And I thought our young ladies did that. We certainly didn't do a great job, in the first half of taking care of the basketball, which is a little bit uncharacteristic of us. That resulted in Kansas City getting some opportunities that we wish we could have back. We didn't finish plays. They got some loose balls that then they scored off of those. I think there's probably about 15, 16 points that we gave up in those type of situations in the first half. That being said, Naomi Elnatis really is hard to guard, and they put her in ball screens, and that presented some great challenges for us. And to our young ladies' credit, I thought they continued to battle and try new things and try to figure out a way to try to slow her down if that's possible. So I thought it was a great opportunity. Our super seniors certainly played great. I thought Kaya Watson, I don't know how many minutes she played, but it felt like the whole game she was out there an awful lot. And Chloe scored a ton, and Hannah was a big presence for us. When those two were on the bench and Maddie was on the bench with them, Liv was out there, I think, guarding and making plays that were really pretty impressive. So I just thought it was a really, really good battle. I thought our young ladies showed an incredible amount of toughness, overcame a great deal of adversity, and came out on top. And so to their credit, they get an opportunity to keep playing.
We'll open it up for questions for the student athletes.
Grant Sweeter, Kelland Sports. For either of you guys, third quarter there, Chloe picked up her third and Hannah had already had her third. And with you two out, you were the team on the court was still able to extend the lead. Just kind of talk about the bench step coming up big for you guys there.
I think a great example of that was a couple days ago. We had Grace step up, have a big game for us. I think everyone, from the first five to everyone on the bench is ready to do that at any time. Whenever their name is called, and they did a great job. Liv was still on the floor as the rest of us were on the bench, being a good leader and letting everyone know what needs to be done.
Michael McClure, Argus leader. Chloe, obviously you've had big scoring performances in the past, but at any point in this game, did this feel different where you could have together a career high?
It felt good coming off my hand, I guess.
Looked good too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it can be anyone's night, any game. Coaches were drawing stuff up for me, teammates setting screens and everything, finding me when I was open. So they do a great job for me. And they're pretty big hype women too.
Barry
so I
Pope,
appreciate
Sioux
that.
City Journal. Chloe, was just because of the way the game was being officiated, was it kind of hard to get into any rhythm out there tonight? It was kind of there were fouls called, not, both ways, but it was kind of a disjointed officiated game.
That's hard. You try to control what you can control, and with officials, it's hard to do that, right? You kind of can get caught up in doing that. For us, it's just, keep a level head, stay solid in what we can do, put your hands back, just the little things to try to do what we can do to be successful.
Liv, have you ever experienced the first half like that where you shot that well and still couldn't necessarily separate?
I don't know. I'm sure it's happened before. Our defense usually holds us, but sometimes, when the hand is hot, it's hard to play like your hair's on fire on both ends. But eventually, we got there. So it's a balance.
We'll take one last question up here.
Chloe, back to the championship. You get SDSU again, 3 of the last 4 years. How excited or is it to get back to the championship game and then get to play your in-state rival to do it too?
Yeah, this is always the goal. You start the beginning of the season, and this is always something that is in your sight. Being at a rival again, it'll be fun. The fans enjoy it. We enjoy it. Like to see 2 really good teams going at it in March. So,
Thanks, ladies. You can head back to the locker room.
thank you.
Thank you. I was just clarifying.
Done.
All right, I was just checking. Thought we were having a special little deal here. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, go ahead with questions for coach.
Hannah obviously played great tonight, but only 25 minutes. I guess what's been the deal with the fouls over the past couple games?
Yeah, I think a couple of them were maybe within her control, some were not. But I thought when she was out there, she was a major presence for us on both ends of the court.
Dawn, I asked the girls about it too, but that stretch in the third quarter there, you're down to your best player, the two best scorers of the night. You're down them, but you're still able to pull away. To talk about, what you got from some players off the bench.
Well, I thought we had an opportunity at that point in time. Macy Gieber gave us some really good minutes at that point in time. Janaya and Allison Popolski, Grace Maddie, they had to find a way. And I thought Liv, it was mentioned by Chloe, I thought Liv's leadership during that stretch was outstanding because I don't know that our offense was really scoring fast, but we were finding ways to slow them down and get stops. And Liv was kind of the chief behind making that happen.
Bailey Zopke, Preston Dakota coach, 5 straight years with the conference championship appearance. What's kind of been that key, for you guys to keep getting there, keep, having that success?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have good players. That's the reason why, and they play their tails off, and this is a major goal for them to get to this, to this opportunity, and now they have an opportunity to go play again, and that's pretty exciting.
Hannah, obviously with the fouls, hasn't been fully unleashed during this tournament, but do you feel like she's playing her best basketball at this point in the season?
Well, Hannah's been someone who is such a presence inside. It's hard, it's hard because she draws a lot of attention, and defensively, she's had some matchups that have been really challenging. I think she's done a really good job. It's been unfortunate that she hasn't gotten to play more, but hopefully that changes.
Got to see Chloe, struggled a little bit Saturday to shoot, but tonight we got to see Chloe's maybe best game ever. Just talk about her performance.
Yeah, I didn't realize Chloe had 33. I knew she scored quite a bit, but when they said, I think when Elena told me that after the game, I thought that's impressive. But she can create shots that not a lot of players can. So if it's a late shot clock scenario, we ran something for a little bit late, she can create an opportunity that not many females can do that really, and then make it on top of it. But then she also hit some really big threes for us, whether it was in transition or kick out opportunities or move the ball, swing the ball. And so she plays without fear. She's a competitor, and certainly she was a major reason why we were able to maybe outscore Kansas City. From a number standpoint, our defense was pretty good. When you look at how many points we typically give up, it's not what we normally do. But again, there were a lot of free throws, and that adds up pretty quickly. And they made all their free throws. It felt like they were 20 and 22. So that is an awful lot of points that we couldn't have an opportunity to get back because they shot it. And we fouled them. There were times that, we fouled them on some shots and scored. And so, we didn't defend as well as we would like to, but we got to clean that up because we play against a really good team, a really good team tomorrow that can score in a lot of different ways.
We'll go last question right here.
And coach, last year with limited to no fans, now tomorrow in-state rival, we anticipate a packed house. What are you hoping that environment is like?
I think it's going to be something really special for our young ladies. I really do. I think it's something that when our young ladies are growing up and they're dreaming about playing in college, it's the environment you want to play in. Now they have an opportunity to do that tomorrow. So I just hope that we have a lot of red there.